Alright guys, how's it going today? So I wanted to shoot a video about my thoughts on the Mustang GT as a daily driver. Currently I don't drive my car every day. At least I try not to, for good reasons. Now, with the normal Mustang base model, premium models, maybe with an automatic, I would say this car is not an issue daily driving. Especially with automatic, it's just a lot more movement, a lot less complication. But with the manual and with the performance pack, it becomes a little bit more of a burden. Primarily the suspension on the performance pack is pretty rough. I am a little dissatisfied with the comfort level of the performance pack, because this is not a true track car. It's not a track pack. They have a track pack that you can buy and install on these cars, but for the performance pack, it is kind of a rough ride, and I feel like it could be better. And just yesterday, I did a lot of driving in this car that made me kind of want to shoot this video. But one thing that kind of got to me yesterday was the seats. The seats are pretty snug. I'm a pretty small frame guy, and they work pretty good for me. But after a long day of driving yesterday, my back was killing me. And that was just primarily city driving, not interstate or anything, just city driving. And it kind of beat me up a little bit. That might not be the same for other people, but that was just one thing that really, really stood out yesterday. And I'm actually kind of a cloth seat guy. I like the way cloth seats feel. They tend to be a little bit more comfortable in my opinion. But I love the way leather seats look. And, I'm satisfied with this car in that regard, though. But so other than the seats, this car does not take bumps very well. In my city, we don't have the best roads. It is kind of a little choppy here and there, but there are definitely some bumps around here that will make this car feel like it's leaving the ground. And also the tires seem like they have a hard time keeping contact over bumps and turns. Kind of have like a skip hop feel. If anybody else have that, put it in the comments. But that's another thing I kind of observed with this particular car, and it just makes me not want to daily drive it all the time, because I feel like I'm beating up the car. I'm beating myself up. That's another thing, I'm beating myself up. But if you got a good commute, manual isn't that bad. I don't really feel like manual is that big of a burden on me right now. I don't mind driving stick as my preference. I've driven the 6-speed automatics, and they're fine. They just weren't my preference, and I just couldn't see myself really spending the money for just a typical commuter, more relaxed type feel. I wanted something a little bit edgy, and this car is definitely that. But I never planned on daily driving it from the get-go. I always keep one or two cars. Probably get myself into a little bit of trouble if I daily drove this car too. Gets a good little bit of attention where I stay at. Not a bad thing. It's not GTR fanboy level attention. But I would say those primarily are my two things for this car. I don't really care about gas mileage that much. My gas mileage is not really bad in this car anyway. I feel like it would be much worse in a Camaro or a Charger with the 392 in it. I feel like this 5-liter does really good on gas, especially on the highway. So I really can't say anything about that. If you can afford the gas, go for it. I don't have much of an opinion on that part. It's all about personal preference, I think. And just as much as everything else that I'm saying, you have to go out there. You don't have to live with this car, but this is just my perspective and how I feel about the driving experience on a daily basis. Going to work and back, I don't mind. I'll drive this car to work and back because I have a short commute to work. So it's only about 7-8 miles, and that's nothing in this car. It's nothing. But actually trying to run errands, getting in and out of this car is difficult. I'm 6'1", so I kind of got my own little routine when it comes to ducking down into this thing, which kind of gets a little tiring after a while. You know, I definitely notice it when I'm driving something else, because at the end of the day, I'm kind of like, I can kind of feel my body being a little bit more worn than it should be, versus hopping in and out of a Nissan Altima. Like, you know, that's nothing. I can do that all day, running errands and something like that. Hop out, hop in, hop out, hop in. But maybe I'm just getting old, guys, you know. But it is something to consider when anyone's thinking about purchasing the Mustang GT. But is it doable? Absolutely, absolutely. You know, it's just what you're willing to put up with. That's all it is. Because I know having two cars isn't practical for a lot of people. I mean, it's barely practical for me, you know. So, you know, a lot of people, if they're going to own something, they're going to insure one car, they want to buy one car, they want to pay a note on one car, which is definitely understandable. Running pretty good today. But also, one more thing. This car in the rain, man, that right there is a challenge all in itself. Takes a lot of control, a lot of patience, and a good little bit of experience to not spin the tires in this car. Your biggest friend is going to be the traction control management system when it comes to managing this car in the rain. This car has 275s on the back, which is pretty much a 10-inch wide tire. It's a lot of meat. And even with that, it has the ability to spin at a lot of different gears, at a lot of different speeds. So it's definitely something you got to be careful with. And just depending on where your comfort level is at when it comes to that. Guys, that's it for me. Hope y'all enjoyed the video, and as always, click like, subscribe for more Mustang GT content and more. You know, we'll see what else I can bring you guys. Hopefully more muscle car, sports car type content. So stay tuned.